Hello, thank you for joining us at Check Your Connection, a podcast about unlearning disability, unlearning what you think you know and to relearning it. Coming to you every month to talk about things that are important to people with learning disability or autism and to have a great big laugh. Today we will be talking about the Queen's Platinum Jubilee and Pride. Then we're going to discuss Dimensions Council and what we spoke about. Then challenge the Lingo Bingo and then say, of course, our goodbyes. I'm going to introduce our guest, which is over to you, David.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Hello, my name is David. I'm from Reading. I am new chair of Dimensions Council and quality consultant. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Jacob and I'm from Bath. I am a support worker. I'm a support worker of Chelsea's. I've been with Dimensions supporting various people for about a year and a half now. And really enjoying it. And thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Hello, I'm Chelsea and I live in Bath. I'm the Vice Chair of Dimensions Council, a quality consultant and run Busy by Dimensions all the time. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the news this month. Let's start with the Jubilee, as it was a little while back. David, what did you do for the Jubilee?
Wow, what did I do for the Jubilee? We had a party. The neighbours where I live around the corner, they organised a big street party in the garden, and I won a prize as well. We had lucky dip and lots of food and drink. It was a brilliant day, and I had a small glass of wine. It was great fun. It was lovely.
My Jubilee was just sort of spent with some of the people that we support. Sometimes that would be supported living or supporting people in their homes, and just sort of helping them sort of get to various kind of events that were being held in and around the city. As Bath sort of goes all in on the Jubilee, I think it's one of the Queen's preferred cities, and so yeah, that was really good.
I didn't do anything really to do with the Jubilee, but on the Sunday I did watch the parade on the TV. I did get a little bit bored of the military bit, but as soon as all the pop culture references came on, I sparked up. The youngest Cambridge child was pulling great faces and expressions, so I really like that.
I totally agree with that, because the William and Katie's, one of their youngest children, was pulling, I think it was George or Louis, was pulling faces, and he's pulling funny faces because I think he was getting bored. I'd like to say to the Queen, many congratulations on the Jubilee that you've just had, Platinum Jubilee, and may your reign continue for a long time. I think you're amazing. You make us all laugh.
I would make a good Queen. No, I think if I was Queen I would have probably got them all doing all sorts of things, especially down in Parliament. You know, I would be sorting out some of the mishaps that are happening down there.
And if I was king, I'd like to do the same and sort out the Parliament, House of Commons and Lords needs sorting out.
It's Pride Month, let's talk about it. Yay! David, why did you want to come on Pride on the podcast?
I wanted to come onto the podcast to obviously talk about the Jubilee, but also to talk about Pride, as it's Pride Month.
And what does that mean to you?
Oh, Pride means a lot to me. Pride means inclusivity, diversity, people having a good time and partying together, eating lots of food, drinking, singing, dancing, and it's all about, it's like a big carnival, and it's people getting together and being inclusive. And I think that's really good, and that's what we need in the world at the moment. It's what we need in this country and around the world, because there are sad things like war, and that's very sad. But we have happy things like Pride and the Jubilee that makes everybody happy and dance together and singing and makes them all delirious and happy. I think that's a positive thing.
My mum actually found out that Pride was not one day, and me and my dad said no, it's a whole month. So
Oh wow!
I think falls into a lot of things that we try and promote within Dimensions that I've been sort of told to do within Dimensions as a member of staff, and making sure that people are supported in supported and kept safe in any sort of lifestyle that they want to lead. And so I think it's really interesting that you guys are chatting about that to events like Pride. It's not really people with autism or learning disabilities. It's not really something that's included very much.
I go to a local group and I have fun, and it's great fun. It's run by Mates and Dates and Guideposts, which are two charities that run it, and it's great fun. We do a local Pride March that we do in Oxford, which was actually just last weekend, just gone. So that was great fun. I didn't go because the weather wasn't brilliant, but I'm going to go next year. And we have a great laugh. It's great fun. Obviously because I'm there in the local group, I'm always making everybody laugh.
why I thought it was important to highlight is that it's people with learning disabilities and autism talking about a big issue that everyone knows, and I thought it would be good for everyone within the community to hear what we have to say about it. There are people who might not feel romantic feelings, and there might be people that might not enjoy sex but have romantic feelings. Like, it's a whole fluidity of it, and that little bit needs highlighting as well.
It makes me feel happy to see the pride flag, people waving the pride flag with all the different multicolored flags, and it just makes me feel a happy, warm feeling inside, very positive feeling of positivity and inclusion, and people being themselves and being who they want to be, and actually gives them greater independence in their personal life. That's what I think.
I also got a self-care app, and you can dress the character, and they've just released all the LGBT flags and
oh wow, that's good.
And t-shirts, and you can see so many much of people going around with at the moment with all the pride flags and sexuality flags and gender flags going around. So a little bird comes up to you. Yes, it's Finch, guys. And it goes and then you go over and you hug people, or you go up and you see them then waving their little flags. It's important for the people we support to understand about LGBT plus.
If anybody has feelings and they're not sure how to deal with them of different sexuality, you can go to somebody that you trust, and that's really important. We'd say that. Where I work in our charity organisation, they're working with Pride because we have like the piece of paper leaflet to tell us when the festivals are on, and that's really good to see that from a retail charity.
So we're going to talk about what the Dimensions Council has been doing. That's a group of people that are supported and housed by Dimensions, and this month we have been talking about mental health survey, disability assessments, and what's important for our health. The survey was made into an easy read that were 43 pages long, and we simplified it even more by turning it into 3 questions. Where do people look for early help? What affects your mental health the most? And what is most important to you? The main things were money, health, and where I was living, which were one of the things that the council talked about.
I think it was really important, for instance, talking about mental health, because this 43-page, it was just a really ridiculous number of pages long, I think, report from the government. But what we did, we made it, we squashed it down to easy read to 3 questions, because 43 pages would take you'd be there all day. And I think, yeah, we talked about in the council about money, people having money problems. Obviously, with the cost of living crisis at the moment, that's a big topical topic. People suffering with their mental health and suffering with depression, or getting stressed and angry and getting very uptight over money. You know, I just hope the government listens to us more, because, you know, we will say to the government, you know, tell us what you're going to do and show us, you know, but don't just go ahead and do it without telling us first, because people will say, oh, the government's gone ahead and done this, you know, like they've gone ahead and done other things, or not actually not getting us involved, if you know what I mean. I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, are wonderful people, could you please fill in the survey, because we need your help. This is very, very important, because your help and input, we can tell the government what we think. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And not what they think we think.
Absolutely, and not what they think we want to hear either. I think the government should scrap the disabled assessment forms. They're too difficult, they're too hard. People walk out of rooms in stress and floods of tears. I've had that happen to me when I first moved here, and it's horrible feeling.
Just making sure that they get the sort of right help and the right support that they need without being sort of overwhelmed.
And then they ask you, they asked me to walk in a straight line, and I refused to do it. I didn't want to walk in a straight line. I said, I'm not walking in a straight line. You know, because that's a daft question.
I am on the spectrum myself, so I think I sort of come from a place of authority when I say it. Like, you wouldn't ask a neurotypical person to prove something so kind of rudimentary. We don't need to make you jump through so many hoops. I'm really sorry that happened to you, to be honest with you, mate. I walked
out that room crying, and I've never felt like that. I felt so small. I've never felt like that, and it was so embarrassing and degrading.
And sometimes you can't work, but you want to work, or you might be able to do a little bit of work. You know, they've got a backup income in case things go wrong. So our download section is about what we have been reading, what we've been watching on the telly, what we've been doing in our free time, sort of thing. So, David?
Oh, I've been watching a lot of telly. I've been watching McDonald's and Dodds, not McDonald's, obviously, where you have something to eat.
Don't spoil it. It's
a good program. That's all I'm going to say. It's one of my favourite programs, and I like watching Midsummer Murders, and I watch the soaps as well. And I'm a very busy man, obviously being the chair, because I have meetings to go to. So when I do get spare time, I can just sit in the chair and chill out and go, yes, let's watch some telly.
So at the moment, I have been obsessed with. I'm a huge nerd, and I've been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus.
Oh yes,
wow. Getting a lot of thumbs up here, and I'm just a huge Star Wars nerd. So I've been really enjoying that, and I have the finale to watch later tonight.
Oh,
so
wow.
Looking forward to that.
I'm getting a little bit involved with this thing called Dungeons and Dragons, and it's only been a few months with on and off, and I've been doing that. So there is a group, and all it seems to be is about a journey. But I was so proud when I watched Stranger Things that I understood when they said roll the D20, and I knew that was the main dice you roll in Dungeons and Dragons. I know, I'm sorry if anyone is listening and going, no, with the dice, I'm only a beginner. But yeah, and I've been reading books from the library, Dangerous Women, throughout history now, and what it means to be a dangerous woman. Nicola Sturgeon is in it as well. And
Nicola Sturgeon's in it?
Yeah.
Is she really? Oh, wow.
Because she was classed as a dangerous woman because she had an opinion. And my other one I'm reading, Why I Don't Talk to White People About Race. And I'm actually a white person reading a book about a woman who is black talking about race and why white people struggle. So I thought, oh yeah, I'm taking that book out of the library. So yeah. And now we're getting to the end of the podcast, and the final bit that I'm still not sure what it all means is challenge the lingo bingo.
Challenge the lingo, 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 challenge the lingo, bingo!
And today's lingo bingo is, it's not a service, it's my home. I don't want to look like I live in an institute, so it's definitely not a service.
And like Chelsea correctly said, it's not an institution, we live in our home.
And hide all the official papers in my flat so I don't feel like it's too institutionalized. I don't want to see it as really a workplace. So, hide the health and safety around. So take the things off the fridge that I don't want to see. Know, stuff like that.
You're there to do a job, but it is also you are a guest in someone's home, and you need to be as respectful, if not more respectful, of people's boundaries when you're in their home, and not sort of feel like you're being complacent or taking advantage of people.
I think also let them have that few minutes to settle in before they do. Because sometimes, I'm sorry I'm late, and then they pant in, and you just need to let them have a few moments and like
get their
sit down,
together.
have a glass of water because it's been a hot day. They've
they're probably panicking. They're probably panicking, and you can hear them when they're panicking, can't you?
Oh yeah, I'll just give you caffeine to keep you awake. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you comment in the sections. You need to keep the communication staff active. Sharing it would be good. Send it around. So thanks. Thanks, Jacob, for being my support worker, for joining in.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, David, for joining us. Why are you waving? They can't see you.
Oh, sorry, I'm waving because I'm happy. Thank you for having us.
And thank you to our hidden ninja, Michelle, for helping us.
If you've got anything you would like to say and read in this podcast that we've just done, please get in contact. Go to Dimensions Council at dimensions.org.uk. Bye. Bye. Thanks for having us. Bye.
I have to remember what I've said. When did this start happening?